People, welcome back to our safe haven. If you haven't been on this channel already, you know my name is Obelle and you can call me Belle. And welcome back to my another YouTube video that I'm doing today. It's been a while. I need to get more consistent, but anyway, today is going to be a get ready with me video, and we're going to be talking about confidence and how to gain confidence and how to love yourself more and walk in confidence within your life, and whatever that you do it in confidence, and also how to project that confidence out there in the world. So that's gonna be our topic today as we get ready. Without further ado, I'm not gonna try to talk too much because I know I like to talk, but we're gonna get right to the video. And before I continue, guys, make sure you subscribe, like, and put on the notification bell so that when we do post, or when I post, you will get a notification so that you won't miss the videos. So, alright guys, thank you so much for your support and for all my 40-something subscribers. Let's get the like button, comment so that my videos can get noticed. And if you're looking for specific videos from me, go ahead and tell me what they are, and I will be more than happy to do them if it's something that is not outside of my values, of course. And all of the things that I'm going to be using on my face for my makeup routine, if you guys want another video on what they are, I will be willing to do a specific makeup tutorial for y'all. But today is just gonna be talking, and while I get ready, because I have to do a recording for church. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. So how do you get more confidence? Okay, this topic, guys, I know for some of you it is really hard for you to get confident. And you know, it wasn't something that is easy for me. I mean, people will think that I'm confident, but to be honest, we all have insecurities, and sometimes I find myself being insecure, you know, about things, and that's just the reality of things. You know, we're not always confident in life. We can work on that to become more confident. And I want to share with you some of the things that I did to allow me to project that confidence out in the real world. So without further ado, the first thing that I did is practice speaking positivity. I practice speaking positivity, okay? So what that means is, I know that it's really easier said than done, but for instance, like I used to be like, oh my gosh, you're so dumb, or oh my gosh, why are you so stupid, oh my gosh, you're so fat, or oh my god, I mean, I'm still struggling with that, to be quite honest. I struggle with calling myself stupid names, because we all do it. Sometimes we do it without noticing it, so we basically call ourselves names that we feel like we are because of something that we must have done in the moment. And so we'll be like, geez girl, why are you so slow? I'd be like, why are you so slow? You know, and we don't realize the power what we say have on us. And if you're someone who likes to talk negatively about yourself, it's gonna be hard for you to kind of like just stop. But what I did was I just usually be self-aware. So I'm a lot more self-aware when I say stuff like that. And I'm like, okay, that was wrong, I shouldn't say that. You're not stupid. Maybe that action was, but you are not stupid. So in a lot of things that I realized, not that I feel like people call me names outside of my name, but if you grew up in an environment where people, your surrounding call you stupid, or even your parents would be like, you're so stupid girl, why are you so slow, then it's gonna be harder for you to not believe it, because those are people you love and care about that are calling you names and calling you. And what they don't realize is that can kind of like take the self-confidence out of that child if they're growing up with people that they're supposed to look up to, or people that they love calling them stupid, or calling them names and saying that they're slow. So that's something that can play in a child's confidence. And as parents, I'm not a parent yet, but for if you're a parent and you're watching, that's something you should stop doing to your child, and stop calling them outside of the names. I grew up in a Haitian home. Thankfully my parents don't treat me that way, but I know a lot of other Haitian kids have to deal with that, or Caribbean kids has to deal with parents calling them outside of their name, and just call them names and say, oh my gosh, you are boozing. Excuse my language, guys, but that's a word that you'll be surprised Haitian parents use to describe their daughters, and boozing means hoe, guys. So for those of you who are not Haitian, they call their children those names, and they don't realize they're building that person insecurities from a young age. So if you're a child and you used to be called those bad names, and the parents just say you're slow and you're dumb, that you're a hoe, or whatever they may call you, try to practice telling yourself positive things. Say you're smart. Say you are beautiful. Say, you are a child of God. For those of you who love God and who believes in Him, tell yourself those powerful things, so that you can basically replace those negative words that your parents use or used to use on yourself. And if you're somebody who's doing that, then you should stop. That's the number one thing, okay? And I think negative talk is not always the easiest thing, to be honest. Negative talks, self-doubt, it's not always the easiest thing, but it's something that if you practice over time, you will get better at. So practice telling yourself that you're beautiful, and that you're smart, and that you are not what other people say. And a lot of times the reason why we are giving those words power over us when people say negative things about us, it's because we believe it. And that's something that is also hard. When somebody call you outside of your name that is not you, because you believe it, then you react to that, and it's hard. But if you know that you're not that, then you won't care. Just move on and realize that, you know what, this is a reflection of them. Whatever they're calling you is a reflection of who they are. And I get it. Sometimes people have trauma, and the way that they deal with trauma and hurt is to hurt other people. But don't let that stop you. Second thing that I did is to keep myself confident at everything is I come in the room prepared. So what I mean by that is sometimes lack of preparation make us feel like we're not equipped, or that we're not good enough to do something, And so the best way to combat that is to be prepared at whatever it is that you have to do. For example, I am so bad at making speeches. And I remember when I had to make speeches in college, and I was just like, what the heck? Why do I have to stand in front of people and talk? I don't want to do that. Some people might say that's not true, but because they think I'm talking and I seem to be so talkative, but I do have stage fright. But guess what I will do, guys? I'll go in the mirror and I'll long time ago I didn't used to do that, but like now if I have to say something and I'll have to like prepare to say something in front of someone so that I can be confident, I'll go in front of the mirror and I'll practice that speech, and I'll practice it over and over, and I'll pretend like it's just me in the room so that I can be more confident about it. All right, I'm taking too long on these eyebrows, guys. The eyebrows are like the very important things, the most important things in makeup sometimes. So we have to get them right. Sometimes I don't always get them right. But anyway, yeah. So I'll practice my speech in front of the mirror just so that I can make sure that I'm prepared. And if you're somebody who has to do anything in life, just make sure you're prepared. You study so that you can be confident. And that way you can give it your best shot. And it's better to be prepared than to not be prepared. You're more likely to not be confident when you're doing something if you don't prepare for it. Okay, so that's something that I took with me that is very important. Now, the other thing that is important to do is one of the most important thing for me, honestly. It's so important because we all do it, and we do it a lot. When I mean we do it a lot, we do it a lot. And it's the poison of comparison. People like to compare themselves to other people, and that right there is a killer. You know who else likes to compare? Sadly, we have a lot of trauma in our Haitian community, guys, but Haitian parents like to compare their children, and they like to compare their children to other people's children, to other people's, like, to their aunties and uncles' children, their brothers and sisters' children. It's horrible. And that right there is learned behavior, that because we've seen other people do it, and we do it even with ourselves. I remember I had to get out of that comparison cycle because, to be honest, there's different levels to this comparison cycle. I'm gonna be honest, because there is comparing yourself and saying, you know what, if this person can do this, then I can do that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, people's like, oh my gosh, I'm so big, and this person is so skinny, and they can eat whatever they want to, but they won't get fat. Like, why can't I be like that? That's a problem, because what it is you're not accepting that your body could be different from that person, and that's okay. That doesn't make you less prettier or less sexier. I'm just giving an example here than the other person. You just have to learn to appreciate, hey man, that's cool. I'm glad that they have that body, but I have to understand how my body works so that I can better lose weight in the best way that's gonna benefit me, and not start comparing myself to this person's body and say, wow, why are they so skinny and I'm so fat? Like, don't do that. Then you're gonna start putting doubt in yourself, and that you cannot be skinny, and if you feel like you're not reaching certain goals, then you're gonna start comparing yourself with that person, and then you're gonna pretty much put yourself down and stay down because you're in the spirit of comparison, and that is poison. It makes us react in ways that we're not supposed to react because we're in the cycle of comparing ourselves. I'm using that example because I know that's something that's huge in the female community. We like to compare stuff, and that's what we do. It's just something that we do, but that is very dangerous. It could play a very negative part in helping us becoming better as a person and as a human, and be the best version of ourselves. So I think comparison is sickening. I've seen people do it so much, and I've done it a lot of times, and it never made me feel better. Like, it just makes you feel worse, and that's not a good way to kind of get confident in life. Okay, so I'm just telling you right now, if you're somebody who likes to compare, just quit, because it does not make you feel any better about yourself. So I'll tell you this much. So that's something that is gonna be harder to, it's easier said than done. That's another thing that's easier said than done, because we know that's hard. Another thing that will help us to not compare is accept your flaws. We all are different. We all were created to be different. Not one person has the same DNA. So we need to learn to appreciate who we are and who we were created to be. First of all, you are beautiful. You are created in the likeness of God. Okay? So that's one. Another thing is, guys, your flaws can become your greatest asset in a way. And what I mean by that is that just because you have a certain flaw doesn't necessarily make you weak, okay? It just shows that we are so beautifully made, in that no matter what can look super bad to someone, we are still lovable. Someone can still come out and be like, that's something I love about this person. Okay? So I feel like we look at flaws in such a negative light sometimes. That's where the negativity comes from. So much of the focus on that flaw, and it makes us want to erase that part of ourselves. And I'm not saying that it's not good to work on certain flaws, but let's be honest, as much as we want to be perfect, we're really not perfect. We have certain things about us that are not going to ever be exactly how we want it to be, especially when is something that is created and that you don't have control over. For example, if you're created with a mole, right? It's just something that happens at birth. That's how God created you. That's how God designed you. Are you going to tell yourself, oh my gosh, I hate my mole. It makes me super ugly. Like, I've seen people in the beauty world that kind of do that. Like, they will create like moles on their face. Isn't it funny how some people don't really like their moles, but in the different world, people are creating moles as just a part of a beauty mark. It's like they call it the beauty mark, basically, so that they can, have, I don't know what it is. I guess it's supposed to be beautiful, right? So it's one of those things where if you use your flaws and make it something that's beautiful, then you can learn to be more confident. Because what happened is you don't give it so much power, and you don't let other people give your flaw so much power over you. So it's like, I own that I'm short, for example, right? And that's something I used to think, oh, maybe this is a flaw. Like, I'm not flawless. I'm not 5'9", like some models. Are they 5'9"? I'm not even sure if 5'9" is the actual height requirement for models. 5'9" or 5'10". That's pretty tall. But anyway, I'm just 5 feet, okay? And that's something I will never be able to change about me. So I have to learn to accept that I am 5 feet and short girls are fun. And they're, I'm not I was gonna say I'm not a midget. But anyway, even if you are, love it, because that's who you are. That's who God created you to be. And you just have to own that and walk in confidence that, yes, I'm 5 feet and what? I can wear heels and look cute. How about that? If you're 5'10", you can still wear cute heels and look cute. But for me personally, I like the fact that now, I'm just saying that now because I'm learning to love myself, or I've learned to love myself the way I am. But I could wear my 5 inches height and it won't bother me or bother anyone. Guess what? That's great. And this is how you learn to appreciate your flaws and the things that you have that you cannot control because you was just created that way, And so that's one of the things that I feel like it's really hard for some people to do, especially with social media right now. Everybody's like looking a certain way, and so it makes you feel like you have to look like them because that's what the beauty standard is. And it's just so sad to me. It's sad, and I'm only saying it's sad because some people are still within that mindset and they're not gonna get out of it, and that's their business. And whatever happens to make them feel comfortable, that's on them. And if they feel like doing certain things to themselves to make them feel more confident and make them feel more happy with themselves, then that's on them. I cannot judge them for that. But I'm just trying to make sure that I'm telling you that if you are taking that route, don't take that route just because you are trying to be something else or be like this person, or because you feel like you're not enough. If you choose to stay with your nice little flat boobies and you choose to stay with your non-booty, you are still enough. Someone is going to love you just the way you are. And if you choose to get that booty and you choose to get that boobies, if that's what makes you feel better and that's what makes you happy and you're doing it for your self-confidence, by all means, do what's best for you. I will never judge you for it, because who am I? We all have this thing that we want to do to become better, and if that's what makes you happy, then that's on you. But I also want to go on the other side of things, where people who are not doing those things and are not trying to follow within that particular trend, because it could be a trend. If I want to become real about it, it could be a trend where it's like, you know what, so and so is getting this job done, so I'm going to do it too. It is a trend because that's a social media standard. But if you don't want to do that, and I just want you to know that that's okay, and you are fine, and you are still beautiful just the way you were created, and that doesn't change. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about that, because don't come for my neck, y'all, because I'm just being real. And I'm not gonna lie to you, at times I felt myself, I'm like, man, if only I had this part of my body slimmer, if only I had this part of my face slimmer, then I would look so, like we all have those thoughts. It's just that now in my journey, I've learned to realize at the end of the day, as long as I'm happy and I know that I'm loved by myself first of all, and I'm loved by God, then that's all that matters. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave it as that, because I don't want y'all to come for me, but I really hope you get what I'm trying to say there. All right, so now another thing that I want to say about confidence is it's not given to you. It's something that you have to practice. So for example, is that a lot of people have insecurities about certain things, and it's hard for them to walk in a room for them to feel like they have something to offer. Because I look lost right now because I'm really trying to make sure I blend. Yeah, so some people, it's hard for them to walk in a room and feel like they have something to offer, because they are, that's not something that's instilled in them. So for example, someone can walk in a room, right? You can tell by the way that they're carrying themselves that they're insecure about something. They'll slouch. They won't look at you straight in the face or straight in your eyes. I mean, depending on the culture, we can debate that. But in America, you have to look people straight in the eyes when you talk to them. In our culture, in the Caribbean culture, or even in Asian culture, if you look at the person in the eyes, disrespectful. But I'm saying in the American culture, if you look at the person straight in the eyes, that's respect. If you shake their hands firm, that's respect. So that's another thing. You could tell if the person is insecure because they are slouching and they walk in, they don't want to look at you in the eye, and they barely trying to talk. And we can sense insecurities, and guys can sense insecurities in females too when they see it, and some of them prey on that. They literally go on pretty much they go on a hunt for insecure women. Some of those players out there, they go on a hunt for insecure women. I'm saying that again because y'all know who y'all are, and y'all need to stop being that way. Sis, practice posture. Posture is a very big way to feel confident and look confident. So what I mean by that is, if you're naturally insecure, try to practice confidence in your posture, in the way that you walk. Just fake it till you make it, kind of thing. Because confidence takes practice. It's not something you're just gonna get. It's something that you're gonna have to practice along the way. You have to be intentional, very intentional, on how you carry yourself. And a big part of how I carry myself is the way that I dress. I have to love what I'm wearing. I have to love what's on me. I have to get I have to make sure my hair is put together. You know, we all don't have our best days where we are put together. Like at home, I look a hot mess. You know, sometimes I look a hot mess, but sometimes I try to look cute at home for the hubby. But sometimes too, I just want to be in my mouchoir. For those of you who don't know, Haitian women love their mouchoir. I mean, it's a bonnet. You just keep your bonnet on. And if you don't have a wig on, then you just don't have a wig on. You just take it off and you just have your bonnet so that you can protect your hair. You don't want to be cute. You just want to be, okay? But I'm just saying, if you're going out, girl, if you're going out, sis, make sure you go out in things that you like and that you feel confident in. Don't go out in things that you're uncomfortable in. You'll be surprised. I'm saying this, you'll be surprised. Some people are not dressing the way that they really want to dress. So that plays a big part of them not being confident when they walk in a room, because they don't like what they have on, or they don't like their hair, or, you know, sometimes it's the body parts, but I'm saying sometimes too it's just the way you dressing, sis. Dress for your type of body, so that you won't go out there looking uncomfortable and don't want to be around and don't want to be seen and all that stuff. So sometimes it's that plays a role as well. So with that being said, dress yourself so that you can like it. If you are a little thicker like me, I'm just gonna say what I think now I'm starting to love wearing. I like wearing loose, but sometimes I wear tight clothes. I wear tight clothes, and right now I'm wearing tighter clothes because most of my clothes are not really fitting the way that I want them to. So they're pretty tight, and I'm gonna have to buy new clothes. But I usually like baggy clothes, like sweatpants and stuff like that, and like big shirts and stuff. You know, I think they're pretty nice too. I think they're pretty cool. They make me feel confident because it's like you can't really see anything. You just really relax and chilling in them. So I actually enjoy baggy clothing, to be honest. I didn't used to love baggy clothing, and for some of you who see my pictures, they're like, this girl always wearing tight clothes and short stuff. And honestly, I like them too, but most of them is because they don't fit anymore. But anyway, y'all, dress nice. Dress in ways that will make you feel comfortable. I don't see my brush. I don't see my contour brush. I think I left it on my trip. Don't you hate when you travel and you forget stuff? Like in the travel place, I guess, where you've been to, and you leave it there in the hotel. I hate that. Somebody probably have it. I'm gonna ask. But anyway, guys, what I'm saying is make sure that you like what you're wearing, and so that way you can feel confident. So I just contoured my nose, guys, and now I'm going to bake my under eye because I didn't do that. All right, so now the other thing that I want to say that plays a very big role in confidence is self-care. There is 4 dimensions to self-care and 4 aspects in self-care that I want to touch. The first one is there is self-care, so taking care of yourself physically, taking care of yourself mentally, taking care of yourself emotionally, and taking care of yourself spiritually. So those are the 4 ways that I incorporate self-care, because if I'm doing self-care, baby, I'm doing it all the way. Okay, so yeah, the first way, which is physically. What I mean by physically, for example, I have insomnia. I have issues sleeping. Okay, it's not easier. It doesn't come easy to me. It comes easy for my husband, but it does not come easy for me. So with that being said, I'm making a mess. When I try to fall asleep and I don't fall asleep, the best thing that works for me is playing rain sounds or playing jazz sounds. Long time ago I used to play music, but when I found that when I played music with words, I wake up even more tired than I was the day before. So I felt even more tired. I did not feel rested at all. So if you're someone that can't sleep, I don't know, tell me if you have a different experience below. Like, comment in below if what works for you when you are trying to fall asleep. But for me, it has to be no talking at all. It has to be pitch black, and if I'm playing something to help me fall asleep better, it has to be musicals and not music with words. Okay, so it has to be like a jazz, slow, smooth jazz for me, classical smooth jazz, or it has to just be the rain sounds, and that seems to work for me a lot. And I recently started taking melatonin, especially after travels. Melatonin works a lot in helping me regulate my sleep. So that's something that I use that really worked out for me. So if you're somebody like me, can't fall asleep and wants the alternative without taking medicine, listening to rain sounds actually helps relax my mood and stuff like that. The other way that I would try to physically take care of myself is exercising and drinking a lot of water. So for exercising, guys, I know it's not it's not easy, because I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you and tell you that I exercise every day, because I don't. Okay, and I should have. I did that when I had my wedding. I exercised almost every day, and I went on a strict regular like diet. It was wild, but I haven't been exercising as much, especially right now with my accident. My back is hurting, and then whenever I do like crazy head motions and movements, then I feel dizzy. It's the post-concussion syndrome that I'm experiencing. But anyway, that's another story for another day. If you want to know about that, comment in the section below and I'll let you know if I can. But anyway, yeah, so I haven't really exercised as much as I want to, but that is something that I know that when I do feel a lot better. When I exercise, I do feel a lot better. I ain't gonna lie to you. It gives me more confidence, gives me a boost of energy to do more, to accomplish more. I need to get back in the gym, but after this accident that I've been dealing with, it's been harder for me to do. All right, I'm gonna take a pause real quick. I'm gonna let this sit because I have to take a phone call for my injury. Sorry, we're back on. Okay, so yes, I drink water. That's something that I do regularly, and I drink a lot of water, guys. For women, it's recommended to drink 8 glasses of water. Okay, so I drink close to that, and if not more, because I have this gallon I get from Amazon, and I just put it in I just put water in there, and it tells you like the time. I'll probably put a description to it if I find it, or a picture to it right here or right there if I find it, so I can show you. Like it's really good. I love it, and I do drink a lot of water. Like when I go out, that's what I'll use. I used to use it, but if I'm at home, then I will just drink a lot of water. Now let's tackle taking care of yourself mentally. For those of you who probably don't believe in that stuff, it really helps. That's a way that I help myself get my confidence back. Okay, I really see my therapist. Whenever I don't feel my best, I see a therapist. Okay, and everyone should see a therapist just like they see a regular medical doctor. I can talk about this for days, but I won't dwell on it. Just see a therapist, okay? The things that you can tell your therapist in the way that they'll help you better navigate through your life problems and situations and thoughts, it'll be so much better than the way a friend would be able to. Because friends just be giving the wrong advice. First of all, therapists don't give you advice. You know, not that you don't need good advice. But yeah. Just see a therapist. It helps mentally. Now, if you don't see a therapist, if you don't want to and you're not ready to, I would say find things that do word affirmations every day. Do word affirmations. And for me, I read word affirmations in my phone. And it'll be like, I have like this app called, I don't remember, is it like Quote something? And it'll just read some nice word of affirmation for the day, and it will get my day started, and I would actually enjoy it. It really help me a lot when I read those words affirmations. So tell yourself, you know, those things. You are capable, you are beautiful, you are powerful, you is pretty, you is smart. From The Color Purple. But anyway, guys, yeah, tell yourself those nice words of affirmation, because that helps you get your self-confidence back. You know, self-confidence is things that you have to practically do to help you. So that's something that I do to feel more confident. Words of affirmation mentally helps you stay confident, gain the confidence that you need. Guys, those things I'm giving you are probably things you already know, but if you don't do them, it's not gonna work. So you have to do them. You have to do the work so it can work for you. And that's something that helps me with confidence. Another thing now, let's get to emotionally. Emotionally, some of y'all in the wrong relationships in the first place. I know it's not all about relationship problems, but it's just relationship period with your family, your close friends. That's really important, because certain relationships can make you feel unconfident only because that person's always like gaslighting you. That person always make you feel like something's wrong with you. The person that, it could be a friend, it doesn't have to just be a boyfriend, because people always like to quickly jump to relationship and think about, ew, I hate when that happens. Don't you hate when that happens and you get the little white stuff on your lips? Thankfully I saw it and didn't stay. Yeah, it's like overdue. Okay, it's gone. But yeah, so it's, when people talk about relationship, they sometimes feel like it's just guys we're talking about. Like we're talking about like romantic relationships. Sometimes it could be platonic relationships too, like friendships that you have with people. But because they're so negative all the time, they're always putting negative thoughts in your head, then it makes you feel so unconfident because they're always saying negative stuff. It's like, you know, those friends, it's like you can never go to them because by the time you finish talking to them, they will drain you. We all have one. I try to get rid of those people, or I don't talk to them as much. I'm gonna be real. But if you have friends like that and you know you're not emotionally confident in something, and you drained and you're tired all the time and you feel bad about things that you not have no business feeling bad at, like, please, sis, protect your happiness and try to stay away from those people. I'm not saying that they can't be your friends. I'm not saying that, because sometimes, you know, we need those, they need friends that are positive, and you kind of like, they need us for us to kind of give them some type of booster and kind of give them confidence. Like if they're negative, they need us to kind of like get out of their mind. But if you find that person to be more toxic than helpful, and so try not to talk to them as much. Yeah, try not to, because nobody wants somebody that's always negative talking to them and always not giving them positive energy and positive vibes. You need people who are going to help you be more confident in whatever things that you want to accomplish in life. So that's something that's very important to pay attention to. So just saying though, just saying, might be hard, but I think it's something that it needs to be done. Cut them off. No, I'm not saying cut them off. I'm saying just diminish the amount of time you spend talking to them if you know they're a negative person, and that's gonna bring down your energy, and I need you to protect your energy. So stop talking to them. All right, enough of me telling you what to do. The other thing now is how to gain confidence spiritually. What will help you get more confident is the spiritual part of your life. That's important. Very important, specifically for me. I found myself being more confident when I indulge in the Word of God and I actually feel God's presence through a word, through a song, through meditation. It's just beautiful. I really do feel more empowered when I read my Bible. And when I read a devotional, it doesn't have, because I know like not everybody just sits and read their Bible like that. But if you read like devotional books, it really helps. Reading the right devotional books really help. So one of them that I read is Awakened by Priscilla. She's really awesome. And every time I read that book, it's like I get that extra strength, that extra confidence that I need, bruh. It is the best feeling ever. Because it's like every time I read what she's talking about, it almost feels like she was like, this message is for me at this moment in this season that I'm in. It feels like it's for me. So if I'm doubting myself about something, right, and I see somewhere it says, it's like I promise you, it'll be like, stop doubting yourself, you know God got you, kind of thing, you know. It's like, sheesh, thank you. It's like, it's as if you know I was doubting myself today. And that's the way that I feel like spirituality is for me, where it's like if you're looking for that thing that is stopping you, like if you're feeling very unconfident about something, and sometimes I feel very insecure about my life and I'm like, God, am I doing enough? I'm not doing enough. Everybody else is doing so much and I'm over here, I still don't see the light at the tunnel. And I know you want me to be doing this, but it's like it's taking forever. God, just come through already. We know we all do it. Oh yeah, guys, I forgot to tell y'all, I don't really like my little makeup. Sometimes I don't wear I need to blend in my nose, but in my makeup sometimes I don't do a lot of eyeshadows because I'm not the best at making eyeshadows. Like I'll just like do what you saw I did right here, and then I'll just put in my lashes. But yeah, guys, so whenever I read the Bible, it really gives me that extra boost of confidence. I feel I doubt about things that I'm not doing right and things that God needs to come through for. I'll read a verse in the Bible and it'll be like, cast all your worries on me and stop leaning on your own understanding. I'm just mixing verses, guys, but you get the point. You get the point. And it really does help me. It really does help me. It's like it goes word in word. It goes hand in hand, with the word of affirmation. So I feel like the Bible sometimes give us that word of affirmation that we're looking for. And so just reading different devotionals that would help me feel better. It kind of gives me the sense of boost of confidence that I need throughout the day to to walk with my head straight and do the things that I want to do. So, and move on with my day. So yeah, that is the spiritual world. And obviously I didn't say pray. Obviously prayer does help with everything. But I wanted to tell you something more practical that I think would actually help you. And so that is doing your devotionals. Tell me what books that you guys read for devotionals. I really want to know, because there's another thing. I use like the Bible app. The Bible app is really famous, so a lot of people use it. I'm cleaning my lashes. I hate when they're dirty. Yeah, so I read the Bible app. My best friend is calling me. I'm actually recording. Alright guys, so I'm putting on the lashes. But yeah guys, so talk to God and be confident, because that is the only way I feel like I gain the little confidence that I need, because I'm like, God said so. God told me this. So I might be doubting right now, but I know he's gonna come through. It never fails me. So, you know, and all of the things that I just said to you guys are not always easy to do. Don't get me wrong. They're not the easiest thing to do. Oh, I forgot. I have a breakout right now session going on under my chin. My face is breaking up. I don't know why, but I need to fix that. So all of these things that I just mentioned, guys, are not things that are gonna come naturally, but they are things that you actually need to do so you can feel confident and be more of a beautiful, confident woman that God created you to be. And even though those things are not easy, they are doable, right? It's things that we have to work on. I think practicing confidence is the only way to get it. If you're not naturally a confident person, there are certain things that you have to, there are certain steps that you have to take every day to be more confident. It's like if you're not intentional, a lot of things that doesn't really happen is because we're not intentional. So let us be more intentional about being confident. Tell me if y'all digging this makeup look. Because I'm digging it. I'll be right back. And I'm back, guys. So this has been a great talk, and I hope that everything I told you about confidence is going to be something that you get to use. You know, it's something that you actually take in consideration. So I really hope all of us women, even though sometimes we can get insecure, we are prone to compare, we are prone to doubt ourselves and to you know, drown in our insecurities. I really hope that we get better at believing in ourselves and knowing that we are special and that we are different and there is not one person like you. So that's pretty special to me to begin with, to know that there is no one else on this planet that's exactly like you. So just own that. Own that and know that you bring something to the table and that your uniqueness, your flaws is what makes you beautiful. And that way you can walk in confidence knowing that. So I wish you guys well. And with everything that I just said, guys, if you do not like this video, well, I understand if you don't like it, but please press the like button so that it can get seen by other people. And if you feel like it's something that was useful to you, also share it and somebody else could benefit from the things that I said. And if you also like this look, tell me, because I'm feeling this hair. I need to do a review on this because this is Amazon hair, and boy, let me do a turnaround or something. I love it. I just curled wanded for just because, you know, I wanted a little more body. But other than that, I really love this hair. But if you guys like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who will benefit from this. So see y'all later. It was Belle. Bye.